This is an RC4 drive TrailFinder2. Should be the Mojave 2 body. Let's get it open. There it is. Oh, the goodness, the greatness. The Yoda. Wise one, Yoda. Show us where the trails are at. Look at that. Factory sealed. Ooh, do an arm twist for you guys. And we're gonna... Together, we shall break that factory seal. First look, here we go. Oh, nice. Look at that, that's the metal transmission. Oh, that's heavy right there. Okay, so we're not going to pull this all open because you guys are about to die. I mean, the batteries are about to die. But once it's all together, you know you're going to see it. Alright, it's time to get you guys fired up on another truck. What I have for you guys today, right here, right now, is the RC4 drive TrailFinder2 Mojave 2. Mojave 2 being the body that's on it. It comes in several variations. Great little truck, outstanding. But before we dive into that, let's have a quick couple words before we start this. So again, you guys will be doing the channel a huge favor. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Back to the review. As you guys know, I had this on the channel. We did a review, a quick unboxing, I guess you could say. And it was my first kind of unboxing of this caliber of truck. It's outstanding. Where do we start? Well, first impressions, this truck has been a fun, easy truck to build. Great instructions. Speaking of instructions, there you go. You got one booklet for the truck itself, for the chassis, and one for the body. I'm not going to really dive into that, but I just kind of want to take a quick sec to show you guys exactly what I mean by great instructions. Like, everything's clear, easy to read, lots of references for your sizes, how many you're going to need. And it absolutely comes with every little bit of hardware you could need to put this together. Now, if you're going to attempt this, you should have your own tools, but I'm pretty sure they even included tools as well, and a few extra spare hardwares in case you lose some, because, well, let's face it, it does happen. My first thoughts and impressions on this truck were that it was going to be something difficult to put together, and apparently I'm a little bit better at it than I thought. Now you're looking at it and thinking, this looks like a pretty well-used truck, and I'll tell you guys, it kind of is. Right? Like, I've still got some of my accessories in the back here, making sure you're in frame. Okay. I've still got some of my accessories in here, and yeah, it's a very well-used truck, but I've since pulled the motor and started doing other work to it. We'll get into that. That's a little different than the actual review that you're probably here to see. Back to first impressions. After having put it together, driven it on the trail, gotten a real feel for it, I can tell you, it takes the scale look and the scale feel a whole lot further. Now, it could just be that there's a lot more metal to this chassis. There's a little bit more weight going on in certain areas than, say, with the Axial or the Traxxas. The hard body itself. These hard bodies, they add a whole nother level to the scaleness of it. The leaf springs, the leaf spring handling, the way it responds and reacts when you're going over bumps and obstacles forces a way more scale drive than, say, your standard Link setup. At least in my opinion. The Axos, Yoda 2 competition Axos. Let's flip this green little Yoda over and have a close look at these Axles. Look at those puppies. Those are nice. Yoda 2 competition Axles. They're all metal. How can I show you that? All metal. Metal leaves, metal shackles, metal chassis. I should have shown you that so much better way, but I couldn't think of a better way. Here's your front axle, the hubs. There's one little issue with the hubs I'm going to get into when we're talking about the cons. Not that there's many, if any at all. Nice skid plate under there too. Let's get that back on the jack stands. I'm going to have to say overall there is more metal to the TrailFinder2 chassis than my Axios SCX10 1 through 3. And honestly, it makes for the better rig. The drivetrain. Well, let's pop this hard body off and get a look at the drivetrain. Should also note while I'm doing this, these side posts right here, these two little guys, and the same on the other side, are your body mounting posts. And it's a system that I like so much. I've 3D printed plates to start adapting all my other bodies in a similar manner, which also allows me to put this body on an SCX10 with a brushless in it and have fun in the snow. Stay tuned for that one. Alrighty, the drivetrain. Let's get looking at this. First off, we'll start at the front. You see there's no motor in here right now. This is going to allow me to show you a little bit more in detail. That's a beautiful transmission. Oh, hang on a second. It's a little better under the light. So you'll notice right away, there's no motor installed right now. I did have my 1800 kilovolt fusion system. Fusion system's a 2-in-1 system. ESC is in the can, and I absolutely love it. Can't recommend it more. Maybe do a video on that someday itself. There's not much to really show other than tell you it's great. If you're thinking about it, pull the trigger. It's worth it. So here it is. This is the 2-speed transmission. My 2-speed is not hooked up. I find I don't need it with the fusion system, so I leave it in high gear, and the fusion gives me the ability to crawl super slow. All metal transfer case, all metal transmission, all metal mounts. The only thing is I'm not sure why they didn't go with the metal spur gear in here. So look at the axles, or well, your drive shafts. And it's got the plastic core, but they do have the metal ends, which are more common to break. I don't think I've ever spun one of these out unless it was on the Summit, but Clifford was packing some serious power. Again, same thing with the rear axle, or rear shaft, and the axles, like I said, beautiful. Gotta love them. Now suspension. You say, why is that shock flopping around? Well, that's one thing I wanted to show you guys. Don't mind the cat hair. This shock, I'm going to end up having to Loctite the threads on this shock just to make sure it stays in, because it came out once on the trail. I went through the trouble to put it back on. By the end of the run, it worked itself loose again. So clean it up, throw some Loctite on it, voila. And I'm just realizing the gross amount of hair that's actually on this truck. Ridiculous. Anyways, shave the cats. No, you're not going to see that video because it's not going to happen. So that's the drivetrain. Suspension, as we said, the leaf springs. It is a different thing altogether. Way different than the Link suspension. And the way it is, you could actually probably just remove the shocks and go for a nice bouncy ride down the trail. I don't think it'd hurt nothing. Same thing in the front. We've got these nice silver RC four-wheel drive shocks. Now they do come with a spring inside of them, but I've gone ahead and removed the spring, and I also removed the smallest leaf from the front. And in the rear I did the same with the shocks. I removed the inner spring, and then in the back I actually removed 2 of the smaller leaves on each side. Other than that, I haven't really done anything to mod it. No radio gear in it right now because it's getting work done. Another thing I should point out real quick is these rims and tires. Yes, these are metal beadlock rims. And yes, these little lugs to put your beadlocks together are a serious pain in the butt. Yeah, I'm not going to go over the detail of what makes them a pain. Just know, when you get to that point, if you haven't got to beadlocks yet in your crawling endeavor, these are going to give you a real hard time. But if you do it right, you'll get used to it. The tire's nice and soft. On here we've got Mud Thrashers in a 1. I do believe they're a 1.9. I don't think they're 1.5. I'm pretty sure that's a 1.9. They're really nice and soft too. They performed better than what I thought. They did good though. So, that's the chassis. Let's have us a quick look at this body. So this is, like I said, the Mojave 2 body. It is different than the Marlin in that the Marlin has a slightly shorter bed and they do the front bumper setup a little different. Fortunately, I have a Marlin and you guys are going to get to see a side-by-side comparison one day. So you can tell I have been using it. I had a little bit of a rollover and a slide here when I was having some brushless fun. Also lost my mirror. It's okay, I'm going to print something that's a little more scale appropriate to this era of Yoda. Toyota. I went ahead and I gave it an opening hood. Lovely little hood hinges there. The benefits of 3D printing, I mean, come on, you guys got to get into that. It adds a whole new level to your scale game. Yeah, they are hot glued in right now until I think of something better. Here's the front end that you get on the Mojave 2. It is different yet again than the Marlin. The Marlin has a different grille, slightly different headlights. Yes, I lost a headlight, a lens. I'm going to order some more. Unless RC 4-wheel drive is watching, they can go ahead and send some on out. I'll be grateful forever. Also, I lost my turn signal lights, but you know what? It's a trail truck. I'm not complaining. Now they also give you a nice dash to go in there and a steering wheel. Hopefully I got that at a nice enough angle. Here we go. Is that better? Yeah, nice full sticker dash. And it makes it easy to work with if you're putting an interior in, which you'll also get to see. So like I said, stay tuned. If you aren't subscribed, you're going to miss out because you won't know when that content hits. You have to just randomly find it. The body, I like the body. Hard body trucks are nice. A little more brittle in the cold, but I've not found that to be a problem yet. So with these, they do give you lots of extra door handles. The pieces to hold the marker light, but no extra lenses. You only got one set of lenses, so be careful. They make it so that you can wire in lighting if you wish. I've got headlights, just standard headlights and tail lights set up in this. And it does help. You never know when you're going to be out on the trail until after dark. And up here it gets dark by 5 p.m. now, so lights are always cool. So there you go. One quick review. Nothing too extensive. Nothing too long-winded, I hope. Everybody says I talk too much, but hey, how am I going to share with you guys the greatness of an RC 4-wheel drive TrailFinder2 Mojave 2 unless I talk? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, share the video about, give it a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and hit that notification bell, dang it. How else are you going to know when the new videos hit? I'm out of here.